Hi folks, Nat 1971A here again. In this video we're going to look at coming up with some explanations and a better understanding of Tesla's radiant energy system using his own words, descriptions and analogies. Okay, now in this picture we're looking at a 30-inch diameter copper sphere discharging to ground. Okay, Lost Science by Jerry Vatsalotos. Tesla believed that radiant electricity is composed of AETHER gas. Whenever Tesla spoke of electrical effects, he always described their effusive gaseous quality. This is why he made constant reference to fluidic terminology throughout his lectures. Resistance, volume, capacity, reservoir, surface area, tension, pressure, pressure release. These were the terms upon which Tesla relied throughout his presentations. Tesla considered copper spheres to be AETHER gas reservoirs. Okay, on page 226, Colorado notes, ball was shellacked several times and finally covered with weatherproof paint. Now the shellac I found is an insulator, and the weatherproof paint I believe was rubber. Okay, on page 235 the Colorado notes, he describes it as a hollow wooden ball covered with tinfoil. The electrical engineer, November 17, 1898. Two hollow spheres of brass covered with a wax of a thickness of 2 inches. And we've got Professor Oliver Lodge advises that a sphere is a powerful radiator and an absorber. Okay, famous scientific illusions by Nikola Tesla, electrical experimenter, February 1919. Okay, in this article, Tesla shows us a picture of the Earth with a hand pump and gas pressure valves spread evenly over the surface of the Earth. And he says it's a flexible spherical envelope filled with liquid or gas. And by that he means AETHER gas or liquid, incompressible. Okay. Analogy, pressure indicator gauges. Analogy of Tesla's earth wave vibration theory. Each pulse of the pump is felt with equal force at all points of the sphere. And then he's got another picture of the Earth with his transmitter at the top. Okay, electrical review, November 30, 1898. Tesla describes his efforts in various fields of work. Starting from two facts that the Earth was a conductor insulated in space and that a body cannot be charged without causing an equivalent displacement of electricity in the Earth. I undertook to construct a machine suited for creating as large a displacement as possible of the Earth's electricity. This machine was simply to charge and discharge in rapid succession a body insulated in space, thus altering periodically the amount of electricity in the Earth and consequently the pressure all over its surface. It was nothing but what in mechanics is a pump forcing water from a large reservoir into a small one and back again. Okay, electrical experiment of February 1919. Imagine the Earth to be a bag of rubber filled with water and a small quantity of which is periodically forced in and out of the same by means of a reciprocating pump as illustrated. If the strokes of the latter are effected in intervals of more than 1 hour and 48 minutes, sufficient for the transmission of the impulse through the whole mass, the entire bag will expand and contract. By working the pump faster, shorter waves will be produced, which on reaching the opposite end of the bag may be reflected and give rise to stationary nodes and loops, but in any case, the fluid being incompressible, its enclosure perfectly elastic, and the frequency of oscillations not very high, the energy will be economically transmitted and very little power consumed, so long as no work is done in the receivers. This is a crude but correct representation of my wireless system. Okay, so what Tesla is telling us is that a plunger or hand pump, put pressure on it. So imagine if the sink's blocked full of water and incompressible fluid. We pump it, and the water starts coming out. Okay, so just as per Tesla's analogy, he's got the hand pump. He's putting pressure on the earth. Okay, so this is my dodgy diagram that I've come up with. So here we have Earth, we've got Wardenclyffe Tower, and we've got AETHER gas, incompressible fluid. So by pumping electricity into the environment, what he's telling us is that the Earth's atmosphere, this is how I sort of comprehend it, expands and contracts outwards. And this I've made this a bit easier to, and whether it does it in this fashion exactly, this is just a really crude representation of what I think is going on, is that, okay, Wardenclyffe's pumping out, it goes out, forces it to expand, and then when the pump stops, it contracts, and just as per the plunger, energy is absorbed into the sphere, or using his analogy, you pump, you stop pumping, and eventually the water comes out of the sink. So if you look at the atmosphere, there's equal pressure all around. Okay. So the important part here is it's a pump. It's expanding and contracting, expanding and contracting. So, and just as per a pump, you apply pressure, which is higher voltage. So that's why I've been testing up to 60 volts. That's the pressure, applying pressure to the pump. So the more pressure you apply on the plunger, then the more water that comes out. That's what Tesla's telling us. So, Wardenclyffe Tower. So, if you look at these half spherical metal cups that he's got on the outside, very similar to what the plunger is. I thought I'd mention something quickly about the insulation. This is electric railway system, patent 514972, dated 1894. To prevent the dissipation of the electric energy that would otherwise occur on a circuit conveying currents of the character which I use, I insulate the line conductor and surround it with conducting coating that serves as a screen. Okay, fantastic inventions of Nikola Tesla. Page 96. For not only is an insulated plate capable of giving off energy into space, but it is likewise capable of deriving it from an alternating electrostatic field, though in the later case the available energy is much smaller. In this instance, one of the motor terminals is connected to the insulated plate or body located within the alternating electrostatic field, and the other terminal preferably to the ground. So here he's talking about connecting what I believe is an AC motor to one end to the insulated plate and the other to the ground. So I think that's worth checking out as well. Okay folks, I hope this helps everybody, including myself, understand what Tesla was doing.